Yay, we made it!
Caribbean Sea.
The beauty of bicycle travel is that if you let your curiosity lead the way, it takes you to some wonderful places. This time it took us to Belize, a country we knew close to nothing about, but left it feeling positively surprised by the Mayan ruins, varied culture, rich wildlife, and delicious food.
We're in Belize!
Country number
10!
10 of this trip. Crazy.
It was very, very easy border crossing.
Yeah.
Took us like maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We just had a form to fill in on the Belizean side, and that's it.
Yeah, one of the easiest yet, I think. And yeah, everyone speaks English.
Yeah, and the rain is coming. It looks very cloudy.
it looks very...
So we'll see if we get us soaking or not, but we have some Mayan ruins to see
Yeah,
just now.
there's some ruins just up here. So we're going to check those out and then push on to Belmopan, the metropolis capital. 30,000 people, something like that.
28.
28,000 people. Woohoo!
To get to Xunantunich Ruins, we had to get a hand-operated ferry for the short journey across the river. Nobody mentioned that there was an extremely steep hill waiting for us on the other side. Steve was basically lying on his bike. We are in Xunantunich Archaeological Reserve. And how much did we pay for it?
50 Belizean dollars, which is 25 US dollars, which is 18 pounds. Something like that.
We weren't really prepared for it.
Oh, we just took out $50 yesterday, exchanged it at the border, because we read online that this is $7 to get in. So we thought, oh, we'll take a little bit of cash, $50, and then withdraw some in the next town. But that's all our cash gone now. So we read online that it was $5 to $7 for this. So I don't quite know what happened there, but
no lunch today.
No lunch. That's it. Even though we've seen quite a few impressive Mayan ruins in a short period of time, Xunantunich still managed to surprise us. We were impressed by the carvings on the El Castillo pyramid, from which we could admire the views of both Guatemala and Belize.
How's the view?
Seen worse. Definitely seen worse. Looks like Scotland.
I bet. This was the first Mayan site in the world open to the public, with its name meaning the Stone Lady. Apparently, the site is also known for its mysterious and haunting tales of a ghostly woman.
Back on the main road, we were treated well by courteous drivers and soon reached the capital, Belmopan.
We are in Belmopan, the capital of Belize. We didn't see much yesterday because we cycled in kind of to the edge of the city, but it's a very small city actually. It has less than 28,000 people living here, and it's very, very chilled. There are no high-rises. So yeah, it's probably the smallest capital city I've ever been to. So we're gonna cycle through the city center today, and I don't think there's much to see in terms of the sites. They built this capital back in 1970s and moved the capital from Belize City to Belmopan. So yeah, it's just mostly kind of office buildings, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see it. The tour of the capital was over before we knew it. We barely even noticed when we left the city, and we both agreed that the most exciting thing about it was seeing quite a few local cyclists on the road. We didn't yet know we had a tough afternoon ahead of us. What's happening today?
Headwind! All day! 70 kilometers. We haven't had wind this strong for a long time. It just brings back the Patagonia days a little bit. Just head down and plodding into the wind. Yeah, but we have nothing. There's nowhere to stop. There's no shops, no restaurants, no nothing. So we're just gonna keep pushing on to Gales Point, Now I realise why it's probably called Gales Point. Yeah. So yeah, it's 25-ish kilometers away. So easy.
We suddenly realised there was only 1 or 2 spots for us to get some food before Gales Point. Luckily, we managed to get some supplies. We certainly needed those calories to fight some serious winds. The slow progress meant having enough time to appreciate the lushness of Belize.
We loved visiting Gales Point, a small peaceful peninsula surrounded by a lagoon which is also a manatee reserve. It is also possible to arrange a boat trip to spot the manatees. You just need to ask the locals. There are less than 300 people living in Gales Point, most of whom are Creole, so we had a lot of fun trying to tune our ears to the local Creole language. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Re-oil the chain here in Yales Point in Belize, which, yeah, it's a little bit different to what we expected, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really interesting, quite exotic in terms of there's a lagoon on one side over there, and can't see it very well, but it's over there too. So we're surrounded by water.
We are, yeah, surrounded by water, and just cycling in felt a wee bit sketchy. And then when we got here, the lady basically said, make sure you have your bikes in the room, like don't leave them outside. So kind of, confirmed our suspicions that it's sketchy. So,
Yeah, but the room is not massive,
no, it's not.
and it's extremely basic. One of the most basic places we've stayed in a while. And so yeah, this is the bed here, and we'll have to fit the bikes here as well. And there's a very private toilet with a shower and no mosquito net as well. So it'll be an interesting night today. Well, we saw this huge spider in the bathroom, and there was even bigger cockroach. So there was no way I was sleeping in a bed with no mosquito net. We don't have one. So we had to pitch our inner tent just to protect ourselves from creepy crawlies. And it was really, really hot last night. And it was the spider we've been hiding from. It's enormous. Fried jack for breakfast.
One thing we loved about Belize were the bus stops. Most of them were covered in beautiful murals and also had information boards explaining the history of the local area or the origins of the place names, which were always very unique. The bus stops were also perfect for hiding from sporadic rain showers that seemed to find us every day.
It's so wet.
So wet. We just stopped for brunch at this little roadside cafe, and roasting hot, like boiling, one of the hottest mornings in a long time. And we finished brunch, and there was a huge black cloud in the sky.
But we thought it would take a little bit longer to come in, but it was literally like 2 minutes and heaven's open.
Yeah, really. Yeah, like a light switch, and someone just turned on the rain, and it's going again now, actually. So the weather here changes so quickly. 1 minute there'll be blue sky, and then half an hour later there'll be clouds everywhere. It's Caribbean weather, I think. So we've been in this bus stop a while, unless we just go out and get soaking wet. But it was at the stage where it was probably dangerous to cycle. It was
Very heavy.
very heavy.
Even though we didn't get to see much beyond a few lizards, snakes, cockroaches, and several road signs with big cats on them, it was obvious that the lush rainforests of Belize were bouncing with wildlife. We were very keen to explore Belize's famous reefs and do some snorkeling, until we got to Hopkins and realized we couldn't really afford it. Belize is definitely not a cheap place. We made it! We made it! We made it!
Caribbean Sea.
We found this cacao plant and well, we didn't find it, we bought it, right? And we're gonna try it. I always wanted to try it, so I'm quite excited to cut and see what's inside and what it actually tastes like, raw. So yeah. Ta-da!
Wow.
Wow, yeah. Very interesting. Want to try it?
Yeah. How is it?
It's interesting. So it's kind of like sweet lining, I don't know how you call it, around it.
A mucilage kind of thing.
Mucilage, yeah. And then when you actually bite into it, there's this dark fruit in it.
Chocolate.
And it does taste really bitter.
Yeah, it's bitter, definitely. Oh.
But interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Good. It's a complete washout this morning. A really heavy rain, so I hope it stops soon because we have places to be.
I had this chat with a boy yesterday who was raking some leaves in Gales Point, and it was an interesting one because the boy was saying something about breathing smoke out of your mouth, and I was like, oh, what are you talking about? And he was like, oh, in the UK you breathe smoke out your mouth. And I'm thinking, yeah, we talk a lot of rubbish, but like what? And then I realised it's he was talking about when it's cold, so the condensation when you breathe out. So it was quite he's like, oh, I've never ever experienced cold below about 20 degrees here, so it was quite an interesting chat. But yeah, so that was yesterday's conversation with one of the locals. Really quite interesting chat to local people, actually, their perceptions of the world outside of here, because most of them have never left, so it's quite humbling in a way.
I've never actually seen mangroves in my life before, but here they are.
I'm getting squashed.
Poor turtle was on the road and we just saved it, but he's not happy. We'll let him go now. Day 6. This is our daily cockroach hunt. Not even funny anymore. And this room is extremely small as well, so we just managed to fit the bikes in. Because they told us to put the bikes in the room, because apparently somebody might steal them at night. So yeah, and back to the cockroach hunt. We just thought, oh, this is such a clean place. And
It is clean as well.
it is clean, yeah, it is really clean.
The cockroaches are everywhere in this country.
They always appear when you least expect them. You're just chilling out, and then one of us like starts screaming suddenly.
Where?
On the wall! On the wall! On the wall! It's on the wall!
On the wall.
Oh, you didn't get it! You didn't get it! Where are we?
We're in the town of Bella Vista or Bella Vista.
And what's so special about this then?
So it's a very Spanish-speaking town in Belize. Basically, everyone here just speaks Spanish. They greet you in Spanish. They communicate with you in Spanish.
Apart from the Chinese supermarket
Apart,
people.
apart from them,
Yeah.
it's but apparently it's a big Guatemalan, Honduran, El Salvador community here, where they all obviously come over to work from those countries in Belize. So it's weird because we're in English-speaking countries, so we're just getting used to addressing people in English.
Yeah, I said hola to this guy this morning because I heard everyone speaking Spanish, and he said good morning. Then another guy showed up, I said buenos dias to him, and then he said hi, so it's confusing.
Yeah, so it's weird, but yeah, this is our last day of cycling Guatemala, so we're getting down to Punta Gorda, Fat Point, literally, to the south of the country, where we'll take a boat tomorrow back to where?
Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Going to Guatemala again.
So yeah, it's been an interesting few days in Belize.
I'm glad we came actually.
Yeah,
It's,
really interesting.
Such an interesting country with such an interesting mix of people. Loads of Guatemalan people living here and from other parts, and there's a lot of Creole people, some Mennonites, and then every supermarket seems to be owned by a Chinese person. Every single supermarket. So it's very, very interesting.
Unique place.
Very unique.
It's been a really fast day so far. Going down to Punta Gorda. Pretty much tailwind the whole way. The winds, the prevailing winds in Belize tend to be kind of northeasterly, and we are heading southwest, so yeah, we're flying along at about 19-20 kilometers an hour without much effort at all. So it's really good going. We saw a dead dog recently. It's really upsetting. I've seen so many dead dogs on this trip. They just left, basically. And they'd been hit by a car, obviously, and its little friend had obviously been quite recent. His friend was just still sniffing and talking. I can't speak properly. Yeah, it was still sniffing, and it was obviously trying to figure out what the dog was doing, maybe not realizing it was dead, but really sad.
There are quite a few traditional Mayan villages in the Toledo district in southern Belize, recognizable by their thatched huts. The communities still maintain their traditional way of life, and after seeing this part of Belize, we were once again amazed by the variety of cultures in such a small country.
This is Caribbean rain. Probably won't last much more than a few minutes, but it's wet.
Okay.
Needed this. So
Wow. So this was stuck right in my tire down here, so flat as a pancake. First flat tire in a long time, but very easy to find because it was sticking out of the tire. So we patched it up and just about to put some air in the tire and off we go.
So we thought this was easy, and we thought we fixed the puncture, but then what?
There's like 4 holes, 3 or 4 holes in this one tube, not a single puncture for thousands of kilometers, and then suddenly there's like 3, 4 at the same time, so I don't know what I went over. Something's obviously sliced, and that one pin stuck in it as well. And that pin went through one side of the tube and came out the other, I think. So there's 2 little holes next to each other. Then there was another 2 as well, so mystery.
We don't know you, I'm sorry.
You don't know me.
Ah,
You see what I'm talking about? This is what I do. I cycle around Belize.
you cycle around Belize?
Here it is. Don't you see?
Ah,
Don't
awesome.
you see that? This is my ride.
bags.
It's mine. It's a trek. Let's go all over Belize. It's a trek. This is the
Awesome.
best money can buy. See? You see? You could have been met. Otherwise, you wouldn't believe it. It's unbelievable, right?
Oh, nicely done.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. Very
So-
unbelievable.
Do you cycle all the time?
That's what I do. Don't you see? Don't you see?
Amazing.
All the time.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cycle all the time. It's named after myself. Actually, because I'm actually a celebrity in Belize.
Lyrical.
I'm telling you, my name is Lyrical King. You could take a picture of me and tell them this is the guy.
Okay.
Guy, be there. Yeah, that everybody want to fuck. See, so yeah, I'm me that. I play the music for them. I'm the musician. They have the reggae ambassador.
Now we're at the Ferry Ride. It's a little skip we're going to take.
As we were about to get a ferry back to Guatemala, the heavens opened again, and we rushed to take our anti-sea sickness tablets. We knew it would be a rocky ride. It turned out to be one of the worst in our lives.
Just about to take the boat to Guatemala. Take very bumpy, very rocky. So taking our seasickness pills and hopefully we make it in one piece.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.